So this one might be a bit quick, but that's because it's being done on short notice. But that's a whole other issue. Anyway, so again, going to school, and one of the things that they require you to do is take a Linux Essentials course. And the problem that I've run into a couple different times is sometimes when you're ahead of the essentials and you're not exactly new to it, you start to mess around. And as I was starting into this course and reading through some of the introductory material, rather than it being my nap time course, it turned into how can I mess around in this course? So I had some things where it's like, you know what? I think I want to mess around and give this dude a run for his money and see what happens. But yeah, so I'm sitting here going through and doing stuff, and sometimes you have to do like hands-on things. You go through a Cisco course that, oh, has a VM running in a VNC basically going. So they've got this whole like VM that you're running through this course. But then as well, the school has put together like different materials and stuff to read and labs to do as well for practice. And so you have to take screenshots of your work. So you've got things like this. And in this case, what I did is I took a screenshot of my NeoFetch, and I designated which distro logo to use, because that was the distro that they wanted me to do, and for this one I got docked points for using the wrong distro, which was interesting. So sometimes you run into problems where they don't quite, add up, and of course you go through different exams and whatnot. But then at other times, like if you watch my Vim tutor video, this particular project, he wanted us to use Nano for it. So you write some stuff in Nano and then you exit and whatever, everything's happy. Just wanted to see that Nano works. So obviously the Atom is a dead editor thing refers to the fact that earlier in the material, he noted Atom as an editor to use, and then I came in with that. He responds with like, yeah, I know, and next year's it won't be that way, and things like that. And then you see the rest of the quip, and it's like, but I've seen people kill their files in Vim, and it's like, well, that sounds like a user error thing, not a text editor thing, because I can catastrophically kill files in Nano just as well as I can in Vim. So really it comes down to, did you like force that right or what? And if you're still in the editor, you can undo it somewhat. But yeah. And somewhere there's going to be a file that you can find. And then I put my YouTube video there and there as well. So far, he's gotten pretty fascinated by my rice, it seems. So then there's this one. This is using XXD for mouse input. And again, you're taking screenshots of, terminal activity. And of course, every so often my wallpaper changes because I've got every single one of my wallpaper things set up to switch every 10 minutes. So WPaperD switches every 10 minutes. I've got Fe as a cron job running every 10 minutes that I have not changed for years on that cron job. So very, very interesting for someone looking at it like, oh, wow. And then this one, using the find command. And so what did I do? I'm pretty sure this is like a fascinating one to look at, like, what? Like anybody that would be new to it. So again, like more of the Pokemon stuff and all. And again, my wallpaper's different than the previous one too. So I've gone through like multiple projects where the wallpaper has shifted like multiple different times, except for these ones are a future project. So I do have a habit of like getting ahead of myself and taking care of some things so that I can just submit it and be done with it while I'm doing other things. So like, I mean, I'm just updating stuff on the web page is all. But yeah, it's pretty funny, like getting docked points for doing something not quite right because you're feeling rather rebellious that day. But so let me go and open up an example of a screenshot that he has real quick. Okay, so this is one he gives an example for. So he's written a script that basically installs some programs and runs a few things if you're running in a Debian-based system. So one thing I noticed is this seems to actually be somewhat of a daily driver for him. So, and it's been, let's see, I've gotten halfway through the course and I finally get like a real desktop to where I can look at it. And so you can see he's actually got GOG games installed. Conquest of Elysium, and so on. Crossover's installed, Steam is installed, Starships Unlimited, don't get what that is. But yeah, so looking over the script, okay, yeah. So it's not like he's not running it, but yeah. So let's go look at the script now. Okay, so this is what that particular script is exactly. So you put your name in, tells you chill out, whatever, and then goes on. Then says thank you. Then it goes into launching a couple other things. Kind of goes in list temp, dev null, whatever. And then what it does, interestingly, is going through temp, it creates a couple script files. So you've got install crap, which adds the universe repo to your repositories if, again, you're running a Debian-based system. And then installs Oneco, Xcalce, Speech Dispatcher, Fortune, and Alias Utils. Pushing all output from standard in and error into dev null, of course. So then we've got make sure that you make that executable, and then we run it after sleeping for a second. And then we go into creating the other script, which is supposed to be kind of annoying. Again, sends it to temp, and then runs a couple other different programs. If you're running this in Wayland, it's not, depending on if you have X-Wayland installed, it's not going to run too well. But I thought about setting it up so that it would run in an Arch-based distro, and yeah. And of course, you've got the Rickroll that he has. He Rickrolls students in this one, which is very interesting. And yeah. So, and next thing we have, and then we remove it. So let's go back. Let me double check. I think I might have missed that one. Did he remove it? He does. He sets up the install crap one. Okay, yeah, he does remove it afterwards. So it installs software, removes it, and then removes the script from it, while also outputting all of that output from installing it into dev null. So you don't know what's going on. And it automatically asks for permission. Well, it automatically says yes, but it does ask you for root stuff because sudo. I would personally use do as, but that's my whatever, and I have do as aliased to sudo in most of my shell RCs anyway. So you've got your Annoyatron, which runs a bunch of things, including Rickrolling and just spamming stuff all over the screen. So again, you have to make sure all these things are installed. And then it goes through, and let's see. X message, blah, 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 whatever. You get to make a choice. I would have used D menu personally, but that's just me. To pick something, but anyway, that's whatever. And then you print, you print out periods, progress, and then you slowly print out a bunch of output to the screen. This is, wow, yeah. Anyway, another message window. Well, he's involving the student in this one, but yeah. Selection. Again, you could do this with D menu or FZF as well. FZF might be the better option for this. Somewhat. But yeah, and then the end of the script. So it doesn't leave any scripts installed on your system, but you can go through and uninstall all the stuff that it does install as well. Does it... So it curls the Rickroll and pipes that into a plate directly, which I find kind of cool. But yeah, that's basically what you're running here. One thing I forgot when going through the screenshots is, obviously, if you're watching this video, then hopefully you've seen my Flash GBX CLI video using it on the Pine phone. And that's what I took a screenshot of, rather than from the website that he told us to. And so I got docked points for not using the right website. But this was a tutorial that I made myself, so why do I have to go look for an interesting tutorial when I made one myself? I signed up to the site intending to do it, but I'm like, not enough time. Anyway, I'll still get like most of the points anyway. But yeah, it's been like, I go through the rubric, look at it, it's like, if I do this, how many points am I gonna get? That's fine. Whatever. And that's basically been what the course is. It's been me finagling my way through, like, how can I mess around, but at the same time get a decent amount of points on my grade. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the video, then like, comment, subscribe, feed the algorithm, boost the video up, share this video with your friends. If you found it informative or you just want to chat, I've got plenty of places in the description, Discord, Guilded, and what have you. Check those out, and I will see you guys in the next one.